It's less about the formula of how aid is awarded, and it's more about the psychology behind why money is awarded. I thought I was gonna just let the new year come in and I'd just start vlogging again. I'm actually renting a house here on the coast of Georgia, spending time with my family. But I wanted to record this quick vlog because I came across an interesting article and had an interesting exchange with a writer from the New York Times this morning. And we knew this was coming, but it sounds like it's getting out there, and we're probably going to see more people writing about this and talking about this. But the EFC is going away. One thing that I've always done, I've always monitored what the higher ed establishment was writing, teaching, and what journalists were saying about EFC and financial aid and college financial aid. In the past, if they got it completely wrong, we just write it off as, well, they don't see things the way we see things, so we understand why they're writing what they're writing. But I think what I'm going to do different this year is, if someone writes something and it's off point or it's not quite close to what we're seeing in the real world, I'm just gonna have to talk about it and call it out, because what happens is it just adds to the noise and to the confusion that the families tell me about when they walk in through my front door. So I'm gonna spend some time and talk about EFC. I did talk about this in a previous vlog about the FAFSA and what they're not telling you, so I'll include a link to that below. But basically, the EFC is going away from the standpoint that it's being renamed it's going to be called something else. It's supposed to change the language and make approaching the FAFSA less intimidating, and I believe the FAFSA is also going to be simplified as well. But the big miss, and I think this is what's happening again, is I think we're all fixated on what the federal rules are in terms of getting federal aid. For a lot of families that either make enough to where they don't qualify for federal aid, but they don't make enough to where they can just shell out 40 to 80 grand a year for college, the student aid index, I don't think is going to make much of a difference, because a lot of schools not only rely on the FAFSA, they rely on the profile, or they make up their own forms, okay? So I would say let's get less focused on how the government states what their rules are for handing out government federal aid. Let's stay focused on how colleges and the rules that they use to award the money that they pay from the colleges, okay? So I think there are some changes. We're going to research it. We're going to stay on top of it. I'll update this channel as it happens. But one last thing I'll say is, I think it's important to recognize that knowing the formulas of how aid is awarded is a good start. The big miss, families, students, journalists, other so-called college planners and experts that are out there, you know who you are. It's less about the formula of how aid is awarded, and it's more about the psychology behind why money is awarded. Colleges are paying money to get you to say yes to them and no to some other college. And with the pandemic, some of the things that we're seeing is we're seeing an uptick on how merit awards are being paid, because a lot of colleges are just concerned about how they're going to be filling seats this year. So we'll talk more about that at a later vlog. We're seeing some really good award letters coming in. We are still seeing some schools that are not paying certain merit scholarships without a test score. And so test scores are still important. But just wanted to drop in that note, let you know that this has been a great year so far with vlogging. We have a lot in store for 2021 and a lot on the way. Stay tuned, and just wanted to get something out there, and I just wanted to wish all of you a happy new year, and thank you to all the families that we've worked with for keeping us going in 2020. So you all take care.